toxic question to ask in the first place when a man is saying, what do you bring to the table? I really, in my heart of hearts, feel like a lot of women can't even articulate it, because although there are tangible things that we bring to the table, there's a lot of intangible things that a divine feminine woman brings to the table. There's something about an energy. When you get around a certain type of woman, that woman's energy makes you want to be more, do more, have more, just in the very essence of having her around. And mostly because that woman understands how to operate around that man. What I mean by that is, there's a lot of women, especially in today's society, that are trying to tell their man, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that. Stop telling that man what to do and start planting seeds so he can feel good when he's doing it, when he's doing the leadership, when he's winning and doing all those things. And you celebrate him like it was his idea. And some people may call it manipulative, and in a sense, it is. However, exactly what it is. Greater good of the colony. And I think that when a woman is in her divine feminine, here we go. How a man operates, and a man can be in. By the way, I can't make this shit up. Feminine does not mean female, and masculine does not mean male. Yes, it does. They are not genders; they are energies. Goofy, yes, it does. Both. But I'm talking about there's a divine. No, we don't. And there's a divine. No, corny, no cornball. No. All right, what's going on, y'all? Shout out to my new subscribers, old school subscribers, my TikTok family. Let's cook these 304s up. I'm not going to be on here too long. I just wanted to get on here really quickly. My homeboy sent me this clip over. And, I've been talking about this stuff as of lately. This divine feminine stuff, this is more wordplay. This is gaslighting. This is, I have to mentally manipulate. This is exactly what I'm talking about. I'm so glad. And the reason why I'm bringing, awareness to this, I'm seeing it going kind of mainstream. And this is the next wave of them trying to get you to want to deal with them. And see, what they don't understand right now, we're connecting with our spiritual selves and all this stuff, our higher selves. So they always find a way to try to weave their way into what you got going on. So they see us ascending and working on ourselves and self-development. So now they're talking, and this divine feminine crap is being pushed to the forefront. Now, it's been going on for quite some time online, but it was the cuckoo bats and the crazies doing it. Now, pretty much all women, and if you see, a lot of mainstream white and black American women are taking on this kind of mindset. It's always got to be on some kind of esoteric or spiritual level where they have power through witchcraft, or some of them think that they're doing God's will, right? But nowhere does it say a woman should be in the background mentally manipulating a man. I'm gonna run the clip again. We're gonna pause it through certain sections because she started it off wrong. I'm telling y'all, you got to be careful with these women out here with these almost Adam's apples and strong jawlines, sitting up straight, practicing witchcraft openly. You know what I'm saying? They are openly practicing witchcraft online, and they're making it mainstream. All this divine feminine, this stuff is starting to become witchcraft talk. Now, I say this because these women, they use their words to cast spells and stuff like that. This woman on this video, I'm gonna show it again, is, to me, I bet she'll call herself a spiritual chick. She might even call herself a witch. You know what I'm saying? But these kind of women are just finding different ways to make it seem like their life or their presence alone is valuable, and they don't have any. They don't really have any. Listen, one more time, we'll break it down. I feel like, number one, it's a super toxic question to ask in the first place when a man is saying, what do you bring to the table? I really, in my heart of hearts, feel like a lot of women can't even articulate it, because although there are tangible things that we bring to the table, there's a lot of intangible things that a divine feminine woman brings to the table. I'm trying to pause it. You heard what she just said. I don't care what you like. Do you see what's going on right out the gate? The woman is talking crazy. I'm going to go ahead and rewind it back. I'm gonna wind this back and listen to this goofy goofball female tell you how she's gonna lead you. I feel like, number one, it's a super toxic
question to ask in the first place when a man is saying, what do you bring to the table? I really, in my heart of hearts, feel like a lot of women can't even articulate it, because although there are tangible things that we bring to the table, there's a lot of intangible things that a divine feminine woman brings to the table. There's some.
Now, you see the way those guys are looking at her? That's the exact way you look at a lunatic that's talking to you crazy as if you're stupid. She's talking about a bunch of intangibles that she brings to the table, but she's going to want you to bring all tangibles to the table. But she's talking about all this divine. I'm telling you, man, the spiritual narcissism. These women really think that their presence, they have this divine. Says who? They're telling each other this. No one's telling them this. The the biggest problem with modern women in the West is other modern women in the West. They keep telling they're feeding each other this lunacy, and there's no one, like, there's no filter, no one with sense. As long as it makes them feel good, they believe it, and that's why I keep bringing this stuff up. No one's bringing enough awareness to this. These spiritual chicks, man, they're taking a beautiful journey with you getting close to God and taking out religion or any middleman and making it into like sorcery and wit. Like these are the kind of females that think they can manifest a man. These are the same females. They do different things. They charge crystals in the moonlight. Some of these women, when they're out there doing root work, they go out to graveyards and get graveyard dirt. They do a lot of stuff. They make dolls. They have altars. These women do a lot. They do so much to try to influence things without, they don't want to put no work in a sense of getting close to God, doing the actual work and getting close to God and becoming a good woman. And that way, you know what I'm saying, she can actually probably attract a good woman, a good man in her presence, or be in the presence of a good man and do what she needs to do instead of being hidden behind ego, maybe approach or say something. They don't want to do that. They love the way that modern society is set up in America. They want to do what they want to do. They want to be like they want to be, and they don't want nobody to tell them they can't do it. So they come up with this different jargon. Divine feminine, and it's just about energy. It ain't nothing about the person. It's about energy. I'm gonna let her continue, but this is what you're dealing with in the West. You're not going to win when every time you turn around, you're improving, and these women are just like the powers that be to keep you suppressed. They find another way to gaslight you. You can't win. What's this going on here? Okay. Let's get back to this divine feminine energy.
About an energy, when you get around a certain type of woman, that woman's energy makes you want to be more, do more, have more, just in the very essence of having her around. And mostly because that woman understands how to operate around that man. What I mean by that is, there's a lot of women, especially in today's society, that are trying to tell their man, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that. Stop telling that man what to do and start planting seeds so he can feel good when he's doing it. When he's, as women, I feel like number one.
Planting seeds? Planting seeds? My brothers, you got to break down what she's really saying. She's trying to be slick and say, stop telling that man what to do. No, mentally manipulate him in the background. Make him do what you want him. Make him do what you want him to do through mentally manipulating him, planting seeds with their words in your ear during pillow talk or whatever, sweet dicking you, telling you sweet nothings, while also putting in your ear an influence to get you to do what they want you to do. This is why I tell you, don't listen to no man or no woman, especially you don't listen to no woman. You watch how she moves. Do you see how this woman's moving in this video? Do you hear how she's moving? This is what I'm talking about. See, she's saying some words that some low IQ guys might be like, oh, she ain't really, I mean, it's whatever. It's like, I don't believe in that. I don't give a shit what you believe in. She believes in it. And she will do whatever it takes to get what she wants. And if you're in her, view, and you're entertaining this, she'll next thing you know, feed you some spaghetti and have some of her menstrual cycle in it. Hey, what's going on, Guru? What's going on? I'm tired of this stuff not being talked about. We need to bring more attention to this because it's all spiritual nowadays. See, the modern woman gets her notes from Big Daddy. And Big Daddy spiritually influencing us through the fast food that y'all are eating, which is styrofoam, human flesh, and plastic. making you more cannibalistic, in your lower vibrational selves. They're poisoning the soil, the air. What I'm saying? The sky looks like a football field. You know what I mean? Y'all think that's just good stuff and good chemicals that we need for ourselves? All right, whatever. People getting more and more crazy, right? And these women, they able to follow the cues. What happens is, I'm gonna tell you what they do. Um, AI is pretty much like sentient at this point. So, they can quickly, drop some plant stuff out. So like, okay, women right now are talking about being this divine fit. Where did it come from? Where did it come from? Right? I'm guaranteeing you, powers that be, because women don't come up with stuff. They have some plants, they put some stuff out, and then they're able to push it through the algorithm. See, the algorithm is everything. Like, I don't know how to put it into words, man, but like, the algorithm is damn near sentient. It suppresses certain channels and certain people that are doing certain things that are good, and then it can, exploit and overinflate a bunch of BS. To push the narrative. Because see, if the algorithm is pushing certain narratives, then a lot of people aren't thinkers. They just go along with the narrative. So the algorithm is controlling a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? What do they do? Lack of religion, I guess. Yeah, I mean, it's more than a lack of religion, because they're not really, these modern women aren't really spiritually tapped in. And I would say women need to follow something. So religion is probably the best thing for a woman to be doing. Now, all men can be spiritual. You're a leader. You don't necessarily have to go to a church to have some guy tell you the word of God. You can read it yourself and connect to God directly, right? You're an image of God. But women need to be led, and if they're not being led by a religion or a good man or something, they're going to be led by themselves. And you see what they're doing when they're being led by themselves. They're leading themselves right into hell. You know what I'm saying? They're doing that woman, what she said. We'll go a little bit further. How does this seem like a good woman that's going to be healthy for you?
And it's a super toxic question to ask in the first place when a man is saying, what do you bring to the table? I really, in my heart of hearts, feel like a lot of women can't even articulate it, because although there are tangible things that we bring to the table, there's a lot of intangible things that a divine feminine woman brings to the table. There's something about an energy. When you get around a certain type of woman, that woman's energy makes you want to be more, do more, have more. Just
who told her that?
Having her around.
Who told her that?
Because that woman understands how to operate around that man.
Man,
what I mean by that is, there's a lot of women, especially in today's society, that are trying to tell their man, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that. Stop telling that man what to do and start planting seeds so he can feel good. Manipulate him. Doing it, when he's doing the leadership, when he's winning and doing all those things.
You see the women in pink keeping quiet?
Like it was his idea, and some people may call it manipulative, and in a sense, it is. However,
it's
for the greater good of the colony. And I think that when a woman is in her divine feminine and understands how a man operates, and a man can be by the way, I do have to say this: feminine does not mean female, and masculine does not mean
yes, it does.
They are not genders. They are
yes, they are,
and we all have both.
No, no. See, masculine. No. Stop doing this to yourselves. Listen. None of this stuff makes sense, okay? None of it. Stop doing this to yourselves. Stop telling yourselves that energy is energy. Y'all can't get your asses out there and work hard outside all day long like a man can, even if you wanted to. You couldn't do it 4 days, all month long, even if you wanted to, because 4 to 7 days out that month, you got to go ahead and have your menstrual cycle and bleed out or whatever and need assistance. I don't need for y'all. It's not just energy. That is internet jargon BS that was made up, obviously, by the state powers that be, to give y'all some talking points when it sounds like a bunch of BS, man. If her voice started crackling up during it, she knows it sounded crazy. I'm gonna play it again. Her voice starts breaking up because everyone in the room is looking at her like a nutcase, because she is a nut job. What do this energy thing where there's no such, gender, we got mass. This is a way for women to hijack a man's masculinity, and then allowing for feminine men to feel like it's okay to be all super feminine and run their mouth a lot and question everything, but never want to go out there and do a hard day's work, right? This is opening the door. This is the kind of talk that opens the door to that kind of ideology, to have people think in this kind of way. They don't know the damage they do. My brothers, these women don't know where any of this jargon and this spiritual talk came from. It just popped up out of nowhere the last couple of years. They can't trace where it came from. They're all talking this way. They don't know what agenda they're pushing. They have no idea. They're just online running their mouth. It makes them feel better and it makes them feel like they have a role. Just because you feel good doesn't make it right. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't make it a fact. She's on here talking with her back straight and her jawline going extra hard and damn near having an Adam's apple. Let me slow down. I mean, just got a long neck. Just talking this stuff out the side of her neck. This is ridiculous, man. I'm going to play the video again. I have another video from a based woman that went, you know what I'm saying, is going through a divorce and knows how she can see how these modern women are acting. But this is ridiculous. And this is why y'all are single and you're being led by the blind. You don't want to. How can you listen to somebody telling you what you want to hear, but that person doesn't have the result that you want? It doesn't make any sense. Men don't do stuff like that. If I looked like a bum and carried myself like a bum, I would have no followers, and dudes would come in my comment section and give me all kind of crap. As long as I'm showing self-improvement and I'm living by example, guys will follow me. Guys will listen to me. We can chop it up. We can talk. Only women will get on here and listen to somebody that don't have any results of whatever they're talking about and not giving you the results that you want, as long as it makes you feel good and it sounds nice. It's a bunch of good sounding nonsense. This is nonsensical. The divine feminine, man, listen, let's just, let's let this babbling nonsense. I'm going to go ahead and play it again for those that just joined me, in case you haven't heard this kind of stuff.
I feel like, number one, it's a super toxic question to ask in the first place when a man is saying, what do you bring to the table? I really, in my heart of hearts, feel like a lot of women can't even articulate it, because although there are tangible things that we bring to the table, there's a lot of intangible things that a divine feminine woman brings to the table.
Voice breaking up.
About an energy. When you get around a certain type of woman, that woman's energy makes you want to be more, do more, have more, just in the very essence of having her around.
Okay. How does she know that? How does she know that her essence of being around a man makes a man want to be more, do more? Who told her that? What man told her that? Not what woman, what man told her that? They don't listen to us, bro. They don't listen to us. They get whatever talking points they find on the internet, don't know where the source of this stuff is. We're telling them it's AI, it's coming from, you know what, Big Daddy that's been taking care of y'all and making y'all feel good and never holding you accountable, no matter how reckless and insensitive and promiscuous that you act. None of these people are none of these women are trying to be held accountable. And this is more of that. This same kind of woman is talking about the divine femme. She's not going to say that this woman is traditional and she doesn't open her legs to everybody. She's going to say she's empowered through the mistakes that she's made. She's not that woman no more. This is all them rebranding used cooch, man. It's all part of the same way for them to be able to escape accountability, to be able to require and ask things of men, and in no kind of way are they a traditional woman. And they think because they put divine in front of it, oh yeah, we're going to want that. This is not what we want. We want traditional women, and traditional women don't listen to nonsense like this to make themselves feel better from a woman I guarantee you is single and might have a couple children out of wedlock. Hey, what's going on, Jay? What's going on? I'm telling you, brother, that's what the new age is, right? See, this is where the fall of man happens. When we're just allowing for women to just do whatever they want to do, and then the powers that be are backing them up with a bunch of jargon that they can just download. Every time you guys notice how every time we like kind of making some way, some new internet jargon will pop up and these women got some new shit. Where'd it come from? Man, we know where it comes from. This sentient doggone AI that is, internet's been around since longer than we know. Guarantee you that much. Listen, let me tell you something, man. They got this stuff set up to where your algorithm sends you certain feeds, and a lot of women, their feed designate their lives, man. So if they're getting fed certain things, that algorithm is dictating and telling that woman how to move, and the algorithm, whatever she's being fed. People that don't think like, see, I know when my algorithm is doing too much, I'm like, it's time for me to detox. But men have that ability. A lot of women just be like scrolling, thinking that it's God sending them this. No, dummy. It's an algorithm. I'm an engineer. I know how algorithm. See, that's why God had to have his messengers be different. That's why I had to be a network engineer, so I can recognize when the internet is trying to mess with my head. It's trying to say, listen, dude. It's all about algorithms nowadays. I talk about it in certain kind of ways that I'm piecing it together right now. When I talk about how they can suppress certain man channels that are trying to push out the good message, and then they can overinflate any channel of a man that's pandering to women or women that are talking bad about men. The algorithms are set up to do this. They ain't even got to be involved. Humans, they can make sure that, listen, I'm an engineer. I know how this stuff works. So with the algorithm suppressing the good information, like what I'm putting out, and also listen, man. The AI is so good. They can make fake accounts. A lot of what's going on right now with the chat GBT or CBT, whatever it's called, chat GBT stuff. There's no person. It can literally be an AI generated whatever putting out content for women to grab, so they're having these cartoon looking people, and it's obviously a chat GBT. That could be a whole AI built thing. It can have a following built off of AI, and they make it look like it's legit just to push out content, to push agendas. But women don't think like this, but this is how we think. And this is what we know to be true. And that's why us as men, we're talking about going overseas, because if we're not around in a system where every woman has a phone tethered to her hand, and that phone is the mark of the beast, because the algorithms are controlled by the powers that be. And if the powers that be are talking about they're trying to reduce carbon, they're trying to reduce the population, well, if we turn the women against the men and constantly keep feeding the women all this stuff, and the women think that all men are like this because they keep seeing stuff online that's saying it, and it's making them think that that's their entire environment, and it's not. You know what I'm saying? It's just a fake environment built from the internet and social media, which is being ran by we don't know who. But these women are just always letting this stuff influence them. You know what I'm saying? They kind of, like this avoidant thing. I brought this up before. What's going on? No, no. You know what I'm saying? The avoidant thing. Where did that come from? Now they have a way to attack men that are minding their own business. They're calling us avoidance. Where did that come from? I'm telling you where it came from. Every time we start making headway, that AI be like, all right, bet, let's drop some new shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, man. Look, y'all. I know some of y'all that's like, oh, this guy, he's calling himself a shaman, this Negro from South Carolina. You need to be looking up things. You know what I'm saying? All right? Look up the Negro, especially the ones in the Carolinas and further down south. All right? All right? We're tapped in, and I'm able to piece things together. God made sure I was trained by the powers that be. I worked for the government, was in the Army 9.5 years, and I worked all the way up to the White House level. Okay? All right? Listen, man, I'm trying to tell y'all something. And again, I can only say so much. I had to sign an NDA when I left that White House job. Okay? Algorithms run everything. Think about it. Everything's an algorithm. Think about it. Gentlemen, every social media platform's an algorithm. Man, I be putting out some dope content, y'all. And I see some other content creators putting out dope content. If they got a bunch of views and subscribers, 9 times out of 10, they got demonetized. Poor guys are out there trying to put out the truth and getting demonetized. And if they're not getting views that they're supposed to, man, I see guys all the time posting up their stats from the YouTube the studio, right, where it shows you the different algorithms and stuff, and you can tell where they're suppressing you. You can see it. You can see it. These guys are posting this stuff up, showing where the numbers are supposed to be. And also, like sometimes when you go live, you'll see a certain number. Like I screenshot it whenever I go live and it's over. And then when I go back, it'll say like 0 whatever views. And I was like, nah, it said 80 views in there. You know what I'm saying? It's all about algorithms, man. And women don't think like this. So whatever's being, a lot of them think that it's God putting the algorithm in their face. What can you do about that? How can you win? They're saying God's putting algorithms in their face. My brothers, we got to go somewhere where the playing field's leveled. The women here are given too much and they're suppressing us and oppressing us any way they can. And like I've said before, if they were physically stronger than us, like the hyena, they would beat our asses every day. They would slap the shit out of us for looking at them the wrong kind of way. I'm trying to tell you, they already take on the characteristics of the alpha males that they've been ran through, right? By. So then they become, this alpha widow, and then they have this vendetta against men, and they turn into a black widow, and then it's over. You know what the black widow does to its mate right after you're done. You know what I'm saying? Off with his head. You know what I'm saying? Devour you. Gentlemen, work on yourselves, okay? You can't win with this. Some of y'all probably right now looking at that woman talking about, I know what you Negroes are thinking. Oh man, she kind of cute. What's wrong with you? She's a whole witch.
And mostly because that woman understands how to
This is a witch
around that man. What I mean by that is, there's a lot of women, especially in today's society, that are trying to tell their man, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that. Stop telling that man what to do and start planting seeds so he can feel good when he's doing
Plant seeds. Plant seeds. I'd rather have a woman trying to tell me what to do. Where you make y'all at? And how do we send you back? How do we send you back? We can't do this, man. Yeah, we're going overseas, man. We're going overseas. This can't be. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what we got going on here.
Alright, so here's how much it costs to live in Bali as an American who's been here for about 2 years. And just for reference, $100 is equal to 1.5 million Indonesian rupiah, so your money goes a long way. First up, we have rent, and for the past few months, I've spent about $500 a month, and that includes everything from utilities, housekeeping, maid service, all that shit, so you have nothing else to worry about. Next up, we have food, and while I am on a very strict diet, I still eat out for every single meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and still some way I've only managed to spend $450 this month, and I eat out a lot. Next up, we have transportation, and recently I did purchase my own bike, but when I was renting one, it would cost me about $90 a month, and then I would spend maybe an extra, I'd say $40 to $50 a month whenever I needed to go long distances, and I just decided to hire a driver. Next up, we have what I like to call my fun shit category, and this is activities like kayaking, going on yachts and shit like that, going to pottery class.
Kayaking pottery class.
Beach clubs, all that shit. And I'll spend about $200 because stuff in Bali is pretty cheap and there's a lot of free shit to do. And finally, we have my miscellaneous expenses.
Martial arts.
Training at the gym, going to get dentist appointments, doctor's appointments, any work that I have to do, like recording and shit like that. Visa runs, flights and all that good shit. And for this,
visa runs are a big deal. But, you can get a teeth cleaning for $45. Y'all are wild. Y'all are wild.
If you plan to come to Thailand or plan to stay here long term, you might want to know the cost of living. Let's go. In case you're new here, my name is DK and I help you understand Thailand, Thai culture, and Thai language beyond books. The cost of living does depend on the location, so today we're going to start with Chiang Mai. As Chiang Mai always made it to the top of the list when it's come to favorite destination for digital nomads. Let's start with the rent. So if you're looking at one-bedroom condominium for rent, it can be somewhere around like $300 to $500 per month. This price range is average. If you're looking for something cheaper, yes, they are something cheaper. Or if you're looking for something that is a little bit more bougie, well, the sky's the limit. Now, what about the food? Thai cheap street food only start from like $2, $3.
Be careful with that street food.
$20 can cover your 3 meals easily. Again, if you feel like chef table kind of thing, yes, there are a bunch in Chiang Mai. What about transportation? To rent a scooter here.
All right, look, y'all. You see your options, okay? You see your options. You can stay here and deal with this legal, in plain sight, open witchcraft being, thrown on you, talking about divine feminine, and you just being in the presence of a divine feminine makes you a better man. Nigga, who told you that? Who told them that? They have no man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just need to get together and just start crunching, munching, and hunching. I'm tired of it, man. Leave us out of it. Y'all telling each other stuff ain't even real. telling each other we like BBLs, and every man is like we like natural. Well, then where are you all over BBL chicks? Because dudes are all over whatever you're offering for the free. Shut up. You know what I'm saying? We're telling you what we want. I'm going overseas where it's natural. You're not giving us any options. You're not giving us any options. I'm looking too good to be dealing with some woman talking about I'm a divine feminine. That's right. Me being around you make you a better man. Who told you that? Who, where do y'all? Who kids are these, man? Man, it's out of control. It's out of control. I want to try to talk to you. Salute. Absolutely. What are you like, Russell Wilson? He's step. Hey, that's the picture of stepdaddy right there. The dude that's like, you know what I'm saying, like racially androgynous. You don't know like what race he is. You know what I mean? And he's got those dead eyes. She must have thought you was Russell Wilson. You was like, absolutely not. I'm a future. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Get up out of here. We're not doing that stuff, man. And what you look like you said, man. I was like, man, I was not interested. Like stepdaddy season. She brought her kids up right after. Why would she do that? See, you see what they do? They bring up their children to kind of like see how you're going to react, and you gave her exactly the response she needed. Keep your kids to yourself unless I ask about them. Stop trying to tell me all your shortcomings right up front. You know what I'm saying? She eliminated herself. You know what I mean? Crisis avoided. I lost to a woman, number one. No coworkers, no fat chicks, no baby mamas. Listen, well, the infidels, man. I mean, we don't, no coworkers. That's a good one too. No coworkers. You know what I'm saying? That's a good one. I ain't never had nothing happen good from me from having coworkers. Number one's good. Obviously, number three. Number one, number three are obvious. You know what I'm saying? And no, but and this is like rules for women and just messing with them in general too. Not practice chicks. Yeah, you're right, man. It's a good list. It's a good list. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not supposed to be doing practice chicks anyway. Because them baby mamas, pretty much everything on that list would be the kind of chick that'd give it up to you easy. But we're stepping our game up. So I'm appreciating the list, y'all. You know what I'm saying? We also want to incorporate women with jobs. You know what I mean? Not like corporate level jobs, but we want them to be employed. We don't want them out here unemployed, looking for Pookie, Ray Ray, Day Day, Brad, Brady, Chad, and Tyrone to pay their bills. Because they got to give something up in order to get that bill paid. And don't forget about Leroy. Yeah, they be out here fucking grandpas to get their bills paid as well. Sugar Daddy Squad in the house, man. I'm telling you, they be doing that stuff. They do whatever got to be done to get those bills paid, bro. These chicks are so broke. That's why it's easy for them to project onto us, and they got so many different cracks on us about being broke because they're living those broke things that they're mentioning. They're living it. They know all that stuff. Broke ass chicks. We're done with broke ass chicks. We put that on a list as well. And you know what I'm saying? It could be number 4 or number 5. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? No brokies. No broke chicks. You got to have a job. And I don't care if you got to have 2 or 3 jobs. You're paying your own bills. But listen, I'm not going to hold y'all, man. I think I had one more video. I want to knock that out with that woman really quickly. What you talking about, sweetheart?
And this is a bar that he dropped on me. And it crushed me. But I needed that. Because it put me back on the potter's wheel to be made over again. As a woman, it changed my entire approach to men holistically. And my son told me this when he was 17 years old. He said, if you really loved me the way that you said you loved me, you would have taught me how to survive in the situations that you were afraid of killing me instead of protecting me and not teaching me how to protect myself. And that is what happens When mothers think that they can raise men, we don't teach them how to protect themselves the way that a man teaches a man how to protect himself. What we do is we coddle them and we become this wall of security that come crashing down when they get to smelling themselves and they in their 18s and 19s and now he can't live in your house no more, and you send him out into the world unprotected, and that's why he resents you.
Right. Because it indirectly disrupts their understanding.
Yes.
You love them so much.
The birth of a villain story.
The birth of a villain.
You know how a lot of villains have
Absolutely. Yes.
And it's like, because I love to hate her, I know that she only did it because she loved me.
Yes.
But if she really loved me, you would have taught me how to protect myself. And this is a bar that he dropped on me.
All right, so here's how much
these women are out here making the villains that they talk about. They're out here making the villains that they talk about, and now they're acting like them as well. Yeah, man, renting them cars out, man. Rent out some properties too if you own some. You know what I mean? Rent your properties out. Get a property manager. You know, there's all kind of ways when you think outside the box and make some money. But you cannot be sitting around here. Listen, y'all are out here trying to get on top of the mental games they're playing with y'all. There's no winning. The system is set up against you, and the women are just going along with the system. They don't like you. You remind them of the father they never had, or the father that wasn't doing the right thing, and they resent you automatically. You can tell by the way they speak to us, by them coming up with every kind of way to justify their actions except taking responsibility. Okay? Now you can go overseas where you get appreciated, get treated like a king, and then rub your feet. You ask an American woman to rub your feet. You ask an American woman to rub your feet. Y'all can't even get blowjobs, let alone get your feet rubbed. Look, I deserve it. Get my feet rubbed, my back and everything else by a nice, sweet thing. I'm not going to be sitting over here listening to some woman tell me I'm a divine feminine and my presence alone will bring you great luck, great power, and great energy. How? How, bitch? Look, man, I ain't got time for this stuff, okay? We're not over here taking all this crap from y'all anymore and listening to the words out of your mouth. You're moving funny and funky, and we don't like it at all, okay? That's all you need to know. You're moving funny and funky, and we don't like it, all right? I'm not gonna hold y'all. I got somewhere to be. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get up off of here. What's going on, homie? What's going on? Exactly, man. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. But listen, you know, get off of here, y'all. You have a great night. I'll be on too late. But I just wanted to show y'all the difference between what's going on in America. Most of these women are spiritual nowadays, because to be religious, they have to go to church and feel that burn on their soul. And they don't want that. So I'll just be spiritual. And then most of them are just, you know, they'll call themselves witches. And then they'll try to be like, well, I'm a good witch. And blah, blah, blah. Well, then why are you calling yourself a witch, fool? Call yourself something that works for God. Ain't nobody ever called themselves a witch that worked for God. It's ridiculous. You know, it's absurd. It's insane. These are your options, though, brothers. These are your options. I'm not going to hold y'all. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. I'm your brother. Remember, share the live. Drop a comment, whether you agree or disagree. Lately, if you look in the comments, I'm not going off on anybody. You're allowed to feel how you want to feel. I would prefer if you were mature enough to know I don't give a shit about your opinion if you don't agree with me. But if you're not, don't worry about it. It's no big deal. No harm, no foul. You know what I'm saying? No harm, no foul. You know what I mean? But anyway, appreciate y'all. Stay blessed. I might get on TikTok later, ladies. I might get on there. You never know. You never know. You never know. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure you keep it wet for me. Ooh, got the microphone on. I'm sorry. Anyway, y'all, I'm sorry about that. Forgot it was on. Later. Ugh.